The world of photography is moving at light speed. Just when you think you have the best gear in your bag, the game changes. New technology arrives, and suddenly, yesterday's flagship cameras start to feel a little bit like toys. But right now, there is one specific name that is on everyone's lips. It is the camera that promises to redefine what a hybrid shooter can do. That name is the Nikon Z8 II. If you have been waiting to upgrade, or if you're wondering if your current gear is about to become obsolete, you need to pay attention. This isn't just a small update. This is a look into the future of imaging. To really understand why the Z8 II is such a massive deal, we have to look back for just a second. When Nikon released the original Z8, it changed the landscape. People called it the Mini Z9. It was incredible. It packed almost all the raw power of the flagship Z9 into a body that was smaller, lighter, and easier to carry. It was the perfect hybrid. It was amazing for photographers who needed speed, and it was a beast for videographers who needed quality. But time does not stand still. Technology moves forward, and the competition is fierce. Now, the rumors are heating up, and we're starting to see the picture of what comes next. The Nikon Z8 II is expected to build on those legendary strengths, but it is not just about making a few small tweaks here and there. It is about making the camera smarter, faster, and much more reliable. Nikon seems to have a very clear goal. They want to offer the ultimate balanced option for high-resolution shooting. They want a camera that you can take into a pouring rainstorm or into a high-end professional studio. It needs to be versatile. It needs to work for the wedding photographer who shoots for 12 hours straight, and for the wildlife filmmaker trekking through the woods. This new model aims to bridge the gap even further. It wants to take the compact ease of use from the Z8 and mix it with the raw, unbridled power of the Z9. We are expecting enhancements across every single category. We are talking about performance, autofocus, video specs, and ergonomics. This is a camera designed for the hybrid shooter who does it all. Let's start with what is arguably the most critical part of this new machine. Let's talk about the brain of the camera. The most important part of any digital system is the processor. For the Nikon Z8 II, we are expecting a next-generation chip. This will likely be a heavily upgraded version of Nikon's famous Expeed engine. If the sensor is the eye that sees the world, the processor is the brain that understands it. It handles everything. It handles the colors, the speed, the buffering, and the noise in your images. Compared to the current Z8, this new chip could offer a massive boost. We're looking at faster overall performance, but the real story here is about AI. Artificial intelligence is taking over the tech world, and cameras are no exception. This new processor will have enhanced AI capabilities. The current Z8 is already fast. It is an excellent piece of gear. But with this new chip, things go to a completely different level. Think about autofocus calculations. When you take a photo of a moving bird or a running athlete, the camera has to think fast. It has to calculate where the subject is going. It has to do this hundreds of times per second. A faster processor means better tracking. It means fewer blurry photos and more keepers. We might even see the introduction of computational photography. This is something we usually see in smartphones, like stacking images for better light or focus. Bringing this to a pro body could be a game changer. If we compare this to the Z9, things get very interesting. The Z9 is Nikon's flagship powerhouse. It is the king of the mountain. The Z8 II will likely sit right in the middle. It will be faster than the original Z8, but it won't quite match the massive, infinite battery endurance of the Z9. This is a smart move by Nikon. It gives professionals a choice. You can have the ultimate grip and battery life of the Z9, or the balanced speed and portability of the Z8 II. Now, let's dive deeper into the feature that most photographers care about the most, the autofocus. The Z8 II is expected to bring a truly AI-powered autofocus system. The original Z8 already does a solid job. It can find eyes, it can find animals, and it can even find airplanes in the sky. But the new system will take subject detection even further. It will be able to handle the tricky situations that usually ruin a shot. Imagine a dark forest with low contrast, or a crowded street where people are walking in front of your subject. These are places where cameras often get confused and hunt for focus. The Z8 II aims to solve that. It may recognize even more types of subjects. Maybe it will track insects from macro shooters or specific types of vehicles with more precision. The Z9 already nails this, but the Z8 II should feel easier to use. It should feel more intuitive for the average user. It is about making professional results accessible, so you don't have to fight the camera to get the shot. However, video is perhaps the area where the Z8 II might see the biggest jump. This is where the rumors get really exciting. We expect it could handle internal 8K video. That in itself is great, but here is the kicker. It might do it at up to 120 frames per second. That is incredible for a camera of this size. High frame rates at that resolution allow for beautiful, cinematic slow motion without losing any detail. Along with the frame rates, we expect better codecs and color profiles. This is crucial for professionals who need to color grade their footage. They need the most information possible in their files to push the shadows and pull the highlights. But we all know the enemy of high-resolution video is heat. Power creates heat. Cameras can get hot when they record 8K video, and sometimes they shut down. Nikon seems to be laser-focused on this issue. They are likely designing the Z8 II with better thermal management for longer recording sessions. They want a camera that won't shut down in the middle of an important interview or a wedding ceremony. There is also talk of something called raw pre-capture for video. This is a dream for videographers. It means the camera starts recording into a buffer a few seconds before you even hit the record button. You will never miss a moment because you reacted too slowly. The Z8 already offers 8K at lower frame rates, but the Z8 II will make everything smoother and more reliable. As for the image quality itself, the rumors say Nikon will keep the 45.7 megapixel sensor. Some people might scream for more megapixels, but the reality is that 45.7 is a sweet spot. It is high enough for massive prints and heavy cropping. It is low enough to keep the file sizes manageable so your hard drives don't fill up instantly. It is a stacked sensor. This means it is built for speed. Even if the megapixel count stays the same, the readout speed will improve. This reduces the rolling shutter effect in video and electronic shutter photos. Combined with better thermal management, this sensor will work better for longer. This makes it an attractive choice for people who shoot in tough conditions. If you're shooting a long wedding or a day-long sporting event, you need reliability. You don't want your sensor to get noisy because it is getting hot. The Z8 II is designed to be a balanced mix of quality and speed. The physical design of the camera is also getting a refresh. The Z8 II is said to feature a more streamlined body. This is all about ergonomics. It is about how the camera feels in your hand after holding it for 8 hours. Nikon might change the button placement slightly. They want to make it easier to change settings without looking away from the viewfinder. But don't worry, they will likely keep the rugged magnesium alloy frame. Nikon users love their cameras because they are tanks. They are weather-sealed. You can take them into the dust, the sand, or the rain. The Z8 II will offer that same durability. It will be comfortable for long shoots with slightly less bulk than the flagship Z9. This makes it better for travel or for carrying all day on a strap. Transitions are also important in the modern world. Most creators today are hybrids. They switch from taking a portrait to recording a video clip in seconds. Nikon wants to make this seamless. The ergonomic tweaks will help you flip between photo and video modes faster. When it comes to storage, we expect dual slots. This will likely be 2 CF Express slots or a hybrid setup with SD. This mirrors what we see in the current Z8. It ensures that photographers have high-speed storage. You need that speed for 8K video and for high-resolution bursts of photos. Professionals need 2 slots for backup, so if one card fails, the other one is safe. So what's the verdict on this upcoming beast? In my honest opinion, the Nikon Z8 II looks like it is going to be the absolute gold standard for 90% of professional creatives. While the Z9 is a marvel of engineering, it is too big and heavy for many people. The original Z8 was great, but the thermal limitations on video and the battery life were the only things holding it back. If Nikon fixes the heat issues and adds AI-driven autofocus with a new processor, this camera will be unbeatable. It sits in that perfect middle ground where price, performance, and size meet. It is not just an upgrade. It is the camera that will likely dominate the market for the next few years. It proves that you don't need the biggest body to have the biggest performance. If you're excited about the future of photography and want to stay updated on this release, make sure you support the channel. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a rumor or a review. The future is coming fast. Make sure you're ready for it.